Ray in Langley, Canada says, is there an understood and accepted way of finding out the starting point in deciding how far apart your speakers should be for an optimum soundstage? You don't want the hole in the middle from being too far apart, so is there a formula, or is it all trial and error? Yeah, there is a bit of a formula. It's something we cover in the Audiophile's Guide. If you have a chance to pick up a copy, I think it would explain it to you quite nicely. But on this video, let me see what I can do to help. We kind of want to form this, what we call an equilateral triangle, where if this is it, the speakers, the left one's here, the right one's here, and you are right here at the, is it called the apex? You're right there. And how far apart they are determines a lot to do with a couple of things, and not just the center fill. The closer the speakers are together, the more coupling we get of the lower frequencies, like mid-bass. So if they're too close together, and we're going to ignore the center image for a moment. If they're too close together, we're going to get too much of a lower chest sound. It's going to be it's woolly, it's going to be thick sounding. And as we pull them apart, then the opposite happens. They're going to be kind of thin sounding. So the first thing we want to do is figure out, using this equilateral triangle, how, and it won't always be equilateral, because as we move them in and out, the triangle shape changes, and it no longer defines that perfect triangle. But that's okay. So what I advise is the very first thing we want to do is get it so that timbrally, so that when we listen to a voice or a piano, it's not too heavy or thick in the mid-bass. Get the mid-bass right. Now, the next thing we want to do is get the center image correct. Once we have that mid-bass right, that can be done with toe-in, and in most speakers, certainly our speakers, or any speaker that has good off-axis response, you're going to want to have as little toe-in as possible, okay? So toe-in, just start going like this. If you have decent off-axis response, that center image is going to snap right into place. On the Audiophile's disc, we've got a couple of great tracks that you can use for setting that center image. But the width of the speakers, generally I try and have them 8-10 feet apart in general, from tweeter to tweeter, but most of it is that mid-bass. That's what you're looking for there. And then the toe-in is going to be that center image. The distance from the front wall, the wall behind the speakers, is going to determine the depth. And that combination of depth, width, and and toe-in is how you get that all dialed in. So hopefully that's a little bit of a primer there. I hope that helps. Okay. Thanks for the question. Talk to you later.